Got moobs.
That's why I wear the jacket.
It's going to be one of these nights.
Fucking Starfleet uniform. Just terrible.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and...
Well done for talking throughout that. If anybody can actually understand what was said in that opening title sequence, please do drop us a line on a Hartnell TARDIS. Right.
Yes, Hartnell TARDISes are
The new currency.
Yes.
The new currency. Anyway, hello there. Welcome to the Flesh and Bloke podcast. I'm Siobhan. I've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Let's meet the plucky girl assistants. Oh, he's scowling. It's the Brian.
Hello.
Why for the scowl, Brian?
Just the combine harvester that you have.
Righty-ho.
She'll give you the key.
Yeah.
I don't want the key. I'm good.
Oh, man, quoting the Wurzels, it doesn't get much better. And also, of course, we have Dr. Sinister dressed as Starfleet, and he's brought the coronavirus with him as well.
Well, I'm Starfleet Medical, you see.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it. All right.
Well, the corona looks kind of like a Pokemon.
It does, which is ironic, really, because you have to catch them all. All the variants. Thanks for the setup, Brian. I hope I knocked it down well.
No problem.
Cheers,
problem.
dude.
That was good. That was about as good as the setup on me Friday.
Yeah, that's as good as it's going to get. Let's just face facts here. It's not going to get much better. Hello. Right. Coming up tonight. We will be looking at the final episode of Flux. We will be looking at our final episode of Doomwatch. Oh, Brian's free. We'll be looking at an episode of Blake 7 that gave my friend his CB handle. And there's show and tell, as well as a quiz. We're not doing Big Finish this week. We need the extra time to be able to fit them in. The next one we'll be doing is Stranded 3 next Sunday. But things have changed for some people. Work is longer. And these box sets, they take time to listen to. So we've dropped it back a week. So there's more time with each release. Yes, Mr. Sinister's Doctor, sir.
Does it have to be box sets you listen to?
That's mostly what Big Finish do now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can understand it.
I mean, you get a lot for your money. Definitely.
Yeah, but on a weekly basis to sit there around work to review something and with a deadline.
Yeah.
You know.
It's impossible.
That's why I don't have time to listen to them, I'm afraid.
Well, that's fair enough. I was going to sort of do a brain thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now we're all in trouble.
Yeah, we are, because I've forgotten completely already. Hello, viewer.
Who's the viewer?
I don't know. I suspect
Probably
it's Brian.
Oh. Hi,
Usually
Brian.
me.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, cheers, dude.
Thank you for tuning in, Brian. Why, yes, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, fuck.
Brian, have you got any questions you'd like to ask us?
Two of them. I didn't know when I was well off. We should do an Ask Us Anything.
Yes.
AMA?
Yes.
No, I'll ask AUA. Ask Us
Well,
Anything.
yeah, but yeah.
But for that, we'd need an audience.
Yeah.
Well, people could send questions in advance.
Yeah,
The next
for
con,
that,
we should do a
however-
live panel and have an AMA there.
Hang on. For Andrew, your suggestion, that still requires us to have an audience.
Well, so we get some people watching. We had 3 last week.
Actually, we had more than 3.
Actually, I've got information for you.
Oh! This is going to be good.
I went out after work this week for a curry, and I told all my colleagues about this, and the viewing figures have probably shot up massively.
Yep, they've gone from 1
Now
to
we're at 3.
1.
Oh.
No, now we're at 3. We're at 3 people. Hello,
Anyway-
3 people.
Anyway. Christian's here. Thank you, Christian.
Other
Curious is the
other
answer.
religions are available.
Yeah, yeah, that's the answer to your question, love. Curious. Right. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's going to mutate again.
No, it's not that.
Don't get it wet. It'll
I'm
mutate.
trying not to be a grammar Nazi.
What?
I'm not going to do it.
No,
I'm not
I
gonna
see
do
what
it.
she's talking about.
Yeah.
However, with the nice little Corona there, so you don't feed it after midnight.
Mhm.
Never ever get it wet,
Mhm.
and keep it out of the sun. Right?
It's interesting to note, actually, that coronavirus does, in fact, look like Boris Johnson's hair.
I think it looks better than Boris Johnson's hair.
You know,
I think
you have something there, mate.
It's
I do.
I
straight,
mean, the coronavirus there doesn't at all look like it was cut by a weed whacker.
I don't know what a weed whacker is.
Oh, it's one of those long things on the pole that.
Oh,
Strimmer.
yeah, it's a lawn strimmer thingy. The council
Yeah.
have big ones.
with a
Yeah,
with a
weed
big,
whacker.
Okay.
Weed whacker. Ah, Christian is happy. This pleases us greatly. In case anybody's watching on YouTube, this is in our Twitch chat. Okay, well, hang on. We've got to do the usual housekeeping. Brian, how's your week been?
Oh,
Not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
This pleases me greatly.
Yeah. Yeah. I ended on a high note this weekend, so I'm very happy.
No, you didn't.
Until you brought me down.
Until I brought you crashing down to earth.
Thank you for that.
Intentionally.
I was Icarus. I flew too
Careful,
high.
Icarus.
I flew too high.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out how I can explain this to the audience without giving everything away.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Brian has a new job. His flatmate, roommate, even though it's a whole house,
Yeah.
has also got a new job, and she absolutely adores her job. It's brilliant. It's wonderful.
Oh, her job is great. I'm
Yep.
not going to lie.
She loves it.
And she's good at it, too, so that's a bonus.
And I can't remember how it came out, but I just basically turned around and said, the essential equivalent of your job isn't as good as Jess's to Brian. Not like that. I can't remember exactly how we put it, and I didn't mean
There
it
was a
like
reference
that.
to YouTube being watched during work, and
Oh yes, that yeah, and that made you homesick. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's all right, love. Christian, Panto. Oh, cool. What role are you playing, please? And in what pantomime? What's the name of the panto? I've been a panto dame years and years and years ago. Dame Desiree of Pentonville.
oh no, you haven't,
Oh, yes, I have.
Brian. It's behind you.
No Colin, thank you. No,
But I was
no.
the turkey the whole time.
Snow Queen. Now, is that the name of the panto or the role you're playing, please? Context is needed. Anyway, Sinister, how's your week?
My week's been fucking fantastic. Thank you very much.
Oh, anything you can share with us?
Just had a good week.
How are the Velociraptors?
I just finished
Ah,
San Diego in
Mhm.
Chaos Theory mode. So I've done the original Jurassic Park. I've now done San Diego. I've now got to go. I've got 3 more levels on that. And this is all just to unlock stuff in the freaking sandbox. Did the campaign, did all that. But yeah, it's going all right, actually.
Excellent.
would you just like to actually name the game?
Oh, Jurassic World Evolution 2 by Frontier Developments on the PS5 and other platforms.
Ka-ching. Nice one, Christian. He's playing the Snow Queen in the Snow Queen.
Title role.
Yeah, quite so.
Mhm.
All I know is I had the best time in Panto.
No, you didn't.
I'll slap the back of your legs, young man. Don't think I won't. I've got to come over that way at some stage. Yeah. So tonight, did I mention what we were doing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good.
You need to put up the thing.
Oh, spoilers! Yes.
Yeah, we need to do the spoilers now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Right.
we ain't holding this one in.
No. So here we go. You have been dutifully warned. And, it's only right that we put that up, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn
We warn
straight.
everyone.
I hate being spoiled for shit, so...
Even COVID agrees.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to
If
take
COVID agrees, how could we get it wrong? I mean, honestly.
Hang on. Sorry, I got distracted.
Now
by
that's the
leaves.
unmutated one, isn't it?
He's
That's
got
the
little
friendly
teeth.
one.
No, he's got little teeth. It's nice.
Like an adipose.
Yeah.
And the murder
Never
of
feed
Dom
that
and
thing
Noble.
after midnight. I'm just saying.
Sorry. Just I can't let that thing go. Donna Noble being murderer. I'm sorry. That's still with me after all these years. Right.
There.
Yeah, wise.
It's like trying to
Frankly.
get over Machu Picchu.
In a
Over
plane.
Machu Picchu?
No, I don't think I'll ever be over Machu Picchu.
Good. Oh, we're planning the watch along with Retta, which you are invited to, Sinister. It's going to be a private watch along. Retta's never seen it before, and like I say, it's not going to be streamed or anything. It's just us. It's something to do over Christmas. Hello,
Just
Retta.
us, some alcohol. We've already put up the spoiler warning, Retta.
Yep.
Fair
Boy.
warning.
Right, are we quite finished? Oh, Chestnut, stop being a git. Right. Any news? Well, Doctor Who Flux has finished.
Yeah.
And I think, I could be wrong, but I think finally Doctor Who's coming back on New Year's Day.
You know what
Yes.
annoys me about Doctor Who Flux?
Go on.
They have the audacity to use the same theme tune as they do for Doctor Who.
But it's
How
not the
dare
same.
they?
It's a rearrangement of the theme tune, especially for. No, I can't. I can't sell that. I just can't. No, you're quite right. You're quite right. They should have done something.
Yeah.
Right.
Lazy is what it
Hang on
is.
a moment. Hang on. We're talking Doctor Who here, so let's do it properly. And now, from the worlds of BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who Flux. A 15th Doctor Who? Possibly. Probably not.
The
And-
Omicron variant of Doctor Who.
Yes. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind catching it.
Hang on. No, well done, Chibnall. You've broken me. I can't sum this up, not straight off like this, after one viewing. There was too much going on.
I think I can.
Okay, do you want to have a go? Good
Right.
luck.
This is for the whole series.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So, the Doctor, who is the timeless child, in some previous incarnation, escaped the Division. The Division and got into the universe. The Division are very upset about this and thought she was polluting the experiment that was the universe. So they thought, fuck this, we're going to go to another universe and we're going to destroy the other universe the Doctor's infected with the flux. The Cybermen, the Daleks, and the Sontarans thought, oh shit, and are trying to take advantage of this particularly the Sontarans who invaded Earth, with the assistance of the Great Serpent, who used to be some kind of dictator who presumably got deposed. He's been messing around with UNIT through time to leave the Earth exposed. The Sontarans have been capturing psychic people so they can predict when the final Flux event will happen, so they can trick the Daleks and the Cybermen into arriving, and then they'll go, ha-ha, and they'll get destroyed. The Sontarans will end up in charge. Meanwhile, the two Ravagers have a plan to also use the Flux to inflict constant torment upon the Doctor. The Doctor's been split into 3 doctors across different areas. There's a man called Mr. Williamson who's discovered gateways under Liverpool into various dimensions. And basically, the Ravagers using Passenger have basically captured 2 other people. And the Doctor uses the Passenger to suck in the Flux and save the universe. Have I got that right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things we could turn around and go, hang on, how did that or why did that? But that's a summary. That was beautifully done.
Thanks. It's taken me a little while to work it out.
You've done well,
some
man.
moments in this episode where I was thinking, I don't understand what's going on, and this seems very rushed, which is most unfortunate as they've had 6 hours to tell the fucking story.
I did think it needed more time, the end one.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a comment on Facebook earlier that somebody said they're looking forward to next week when it all gets wrapped up.
It was a bit of a... The final episode was still really good, but the denouements were a little bit too soft.
They
They
came a little too fast.
I mean, Chekhov's gun with the Lipari was there right from the start, which is good. So, and therefore tricking the Sontarans into being destroyed themselves. So that was signalled. It wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. The one thing I didn't get, which I thought was arbitrary, was Swarm and Azure just being killed by time.
Yeah. So you've already got multiple of the same Doctor running around, and then time takes the form of the Doctor again. It was unnecessary.
What was unnecessary?
Did you notice that her colors were opposite?
Yeah,
I did. She's done that before in the previous episodes when she's been flashing between the fugitive Doctor and her. We've seen that coat before. What I said was unnecessary was the unnecessary duplication of the Doctor again.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't quite understand how that happened. It just suddenly did.
It's the standard wrap up for this regeneration. The big warning.
That's a fair comment.
Yeah,
Trenzalore, Fornox.
Trenzalore, and everything else.
Your song is coming to an end with the ood and all that. Yeah, kind of.
We'll knock 4 times, and
yeah.
It's gotten repetitive at this point.
But still,
see, I would rather like it one time, just out of the blue. The Doctor's walking around. Some guy walks out, pulls a gun. Give me your money. Bang. What?
TV movie.
TV movie.
Yeah. But...
Doctor opens the door. Hail of gunfire. Oh, I'm dead.
This is the 7th Doctor who normally knows exactly what's going to happen.
That's what makes it all so poetic.
It's deliciously ironic.
He doesn't take
and
Americans
before the
into
TV
account.
movie. Before the TV movie, a few years before TV movie, Time and Revelation had a thing about the Doctor just opening the door without checking where they were. And he said that's going to come back and bite him one day. It fucking well did. Oh, dear. Right, yeah. Excellent summation there. Do we think it hung together okay? I mean, it had a lot of heavy lifting to do, this episode.
So sorry, Brian, you go first.
All right. Well, it had a lot to get done in the final hour.
Mm-hmm.
It did feel very rushed. When the Doctor became quantum unlocked and just split into 3, that was fine. But then you get the 2 of them back together again.
Plinovich was spinning in his grave. Or
Yeah.
will have been.
Well, no, because she wasn't crossing time streams. They were two
They're
simultaneous.
the same person in the same
Good
time,
distinction.
just in
Good
3
distinction.
different locations.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. Good distinction.
But then again, if they touch each other, do they explode?
No,
No,
because it's the same entity at the same time.
Yep.
Just happens to be both are incomplete.
There's no temporal gap between them.
No.
We'll teach you about Aaron Plinovich. Don't worry.
And after many attempts, here, look, the pocket watch is on the floor. All you have to do is pick it up. She finally gets it from time. She had 3 chances to get it beforehand.
I didn't think she'd open it. I thought she'd just take possession of it and keep it away from everybody else.
Which she did.
I got that bit right. I didn't get anything else right at all. But the way it worked.
I'm a bit confused about who time actually is.
Yeah, that's not explained yet. That is not explained
I
yet.
would very much like to see the Black Guardian and the White Guardian appear.
You got a thing for men with birds on their head.
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Raking
You
or
know.
sweeping, Turlo.
Every time I hear about a good wizard, turns out to be the Doctor.
Just as well you didn't say Harry Potter. Conversation could get awkward. Right. Okay. Sin, you done
They
a
never
sim-
did explain who the Ravagers were.
No.
Just an evil since the dawn of time.
An evil
That had
since the
already
dawn
been
of time.
defeated by the Doctor. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, they were disposed of almost arbitrarily.
But again, like the Sontarans, they were opportunists using the flux for their own ends.
Yes. Yep, very much so. We've always known the Time Lords to be arrogant, and we can look at the end of time. That took that to its logical conclusion. But this is a whole. This is practically exactly the same, almost a whole step up. You know, it's not a case of we're going to destroy the space-time and ascend.
It's not the Time Lords per se. It's a Time Lord.
Well, it's the Division. Or
yeah,
It's a group of Time Lords.
we don't know who Division is.
I would assume the Division is the militant branch of the CIA.
And the CIA started off as Rassilon's private guard. So, this is interesting. This is like Queen Victoria. Wily woman was Queen Victoria. She set things up to protect the realm. And I'm not talking
It's almost
tortured
like
or anything.
the
It's almost like she was a werewolf.
the Silence were an offshoot of the Church of the Silence, and they were a militant arm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's almost like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
This was the militant arm of the Time Lords that meddled in time to some extent and used various pawns to alter things.
For the greater glory of Gallifrey, as was.
Well, for the experiment.
almost the original Torchwood of Gallifrey. For the great glory of the British Empire, you know? Do we think it... Do you think they landed it okay?
I have notes.
You always do. This is good.
So, my concern, because I was paying attention really hard,
Yes.
and I was lost at a couple of
I had a
points.
bit of trouble with the sound mix again.
I have a concern that most people, it will just go over their heads and it's a visual spectacle and they won't really have understood what was going on. We are
can
with
neither confirm nor deny.
with the reference to the divisions. It's 2 years since we had a proper series, right?
Mm-hmm.
Albeit this is Doctor Who Flux, not Doctor Who, but even so, the real Doctor Who
Stick with it.
previously mentioned the division, kind of, as and my concern is that we're a little bit continuity heavy
Yep.
for regular people to keep up.
Yep. Time Lords and silly hats.
And if we had to sit and work out what was going on, I hate to think what regular people will have been doing.
Give me 2 seconds. We have a post in chat, quite a big one. I thought it held together okay. Nothing was brought out at the last minute. The solution was in plain sight for the Flux, and I agree this is the Time Lords. Plus, did you hear the Doctor being called the first Time Lord? Yes, no, I did hear that. You didn't imagine
No,
that.
I heard that as well.
Yeah.
That could be in reference to the Doctor being the first person to be able to regenerate.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
and I've said this many times before. I don't have an issue with this whole storyline, but many people do.
No, I've got no issue. More Joe Martin, please.
Sorry?
I want more Joe Martin.
Yeah.
Quite
So,
frankly. And her delicious TARDIS.
Is that comment finished? Was that it?
Yes, yep, that's what Christian put, yep.
Okay. So, yes, as I said, I've put here lots of quick edits. So, for example, there were a couple of scenes where the dialogue had barely finished and they were fading in the next scene.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that.
If they'd given it maybe 5 more minutes, it might have helped.
I wonder how far I had to push to get the hour.
Yeah, I think, so personally, I feel satisfied by the ending. Did they land the ending in terms of the general audience? I honestly don't know. And I am very surprised that it was so rushed, given that they had 6 episodes to tell the story. I'm sure they could have had the cliffhanger at a later point and had some exposition earlier. So most of my notes actually are just observations and amusing notes about the episode itself. So I liked the reference to the 3-fingered hand of alliance.
Yes.
Apart from the Rootons.
Yeah. And the whole thing of, join us in uneasy alliance.
Yeah.
Selling it so well.
So the house that we keep seeing, that's basically the Doctor's lost memories in there.
Yeah, that's what it represents, yeah.
Yeah.
That's her memory construct.
Yeah. So not Lung Barrow after all.
As far as we know. It might be based on Lung Barrow.
Sorry?
It might be based on Lung Barrow. Sorry, Thomas isn't here, and I thought I should just,
Yeah.
fight the corner for him.
I don't know if anyone else noticed, but again, the Sontarans have got a thing about Liverpool.
Yeah.
And there was one hanging around by the bronze statue of the Beatles. Did you see that?
Yes.
Yes,
I did.
Quite like that.
I need to make a point.
Yeah.
Having been exposed to it properly now, I'm sorry, I prefer the earlier Sontaran makeup to this one. This lot look too much like big latex masks. Whereas...
I was going to say the exact opposite.
Oh, fair enough.
When you saw squads of Sontarans marching around and their fleet landed, I actually think this is possibly the best representation of the Sontarans so far.
That's not what I mean. I meant the mask, the makeup. As for the representation of the Sontaran, I totally agree with you. Easily.
I liked the fact that they've been robbing corner shops to get mouth snacks wrapped in paper.
This is a tie back to the Crimson Horror.
Right.
Where it's a case of, Strax, have you been on Miss Jenny's lemon sherbets again? No.
The interesting thing is that the Sontarans aren't supposed to eat.
No,
they get power from their probic vent.
Yeah, but as we saw about the Great Sontaran War,
yes,
they like soup.
Hey, never discount the power of chocolate. All I'm saying.
That was brilliant. I love that.
It was a fantastic scene. Like, we could give you the recipe, and the answer is like chocolate. I like the line where one of them says, "This will lead to success or death," and Eustachius says, "And the reward for success, death."
We've lost Eustachius.
I know, it's so sad.
Yeah,
I like Eustachius.
I don't think he got a fair goodbye. It was too abrupt.
Do you think that's Chris Chibnall taking his ball and going home with it? You know, no one else can play with this. It's mine.
No,
That's a possibility.
No, I don't think so. Doctor Who writers have to be generous like that when it comes to other Doctor Who writers. It's the thing.
Well, he was. He gave the new family unit and their dog. That has spin-off potential.
Oh, what a poor little doggy that doggy is. He's all alone.
I hate you all.
Yeah.
Get off my ship.
The only thing about Carvanista and we never saw any of the others, did we?
No.
So it would have been nice to have seen like a poodle version or a Dalmatian version, or you
have to figure that outfit was hell of expensive to make in the first place.
I know why. It's just a shame. That's all.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we can't meet the Lipari earlier in their time stream.
True.
And who said this was all the Lipari? This was just the fleet.
It was just one for each person, wasn't it? So yeah. I liked the. I think there's a doctor who says the ship needs lanyards.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Great Serpent, this guy. So he was a dictator, very powerful.
Yes.
He's fallen from grace somewhat, but we don't really know how.
No, there's a story there.
Yeah.
Calling Big Finish. Calling Big Finish.
Yeah, and the rest of it, halt and face your inevitable death, and quiet you human irrelevance. There's some of the lines from the Sontarans again. It was just kind of. I love Sontarans.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say, really.
I say only problem I got with the Sontarans in this and this whole thing is the new masks. They just don't work for me. I would prefer the former masks, the Strax style.
I thought they were okay.
They were all right, but again, it just reminded me.
It's okay. It's a different clone batch.
Although I've never noticed Sontaran's ears before.
Yes, I have. Lynx's in particular, for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Okay, I just thought I was looking at this Sontaran's ear, and I thought, have we ever seen Sontaran's ears before? Because these ones seem to stand out. Anyway, never mind.
You have a tiny shadow demon there.
Yeah.
What is it you want?
Eyes and a tongue.
What you doing?
And teeth.
Chestnut. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I need to go back and watch that one again. I will say that I really enjoyed it. I was worried about how much time was left in the episode to get everything done. Personally, I think I think they got it. I do. And as a result, Flux has been a great success. Long-form storytelling on Doctor Who works.
It does.
It does.
All done.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Well, I shall ask you, gentlemen, a thumbs up, thumbs down. What are we saying for the episode? Let's go for the episode first.
A begrudging thumbs up.
Okay, and the series as a whole.
Oh, definitely.
Wow, how often have we been able to say that about a Doctor Who series?
Recently? Few and far between.
Well, most Doctor Who series going all the way back have their Duff series, Duff story. And I don't think there has been this time round.
Well, it's been one story.
Exactly. But with smaller stories contained within,
yeah,
which have each individually been really good.
So let's examine this. Right?
Yes, please.
The last time we had a season that was a complete story was Trial of the Time Lord.
Yeah.
That didn't go down so well.
Can't imagine why.
And there's actually been some debate as to if you were to cut the titles, opening and closing title sequences, and take the timings of the actual episodes, there's a suggestion that this could be the longest Doctor Who story of all time, compared to, say, Dalek Master Plan or Trial of a Time Lord. It could actually be longer than those. So we may have just seen the longest Doctor Who story ever.
I want the deets on that. I want to know.
Someone is working on it. I've seen some early.
I'm sure.
We have top men on it.
Top men.
Top men.
So yeah.
I was just happy there were 3 Jodies.
Pre-that.
I'm just saying. She even said she was cute. So I mean, come on.
Got such a crush on that person, on that woman.
Yeah.
Typical Doctor. I mean, if they meet themselves, they're normally fairly okay with it. But if they meet the others, it's no.
Yeah, they all hate each other.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that Williamson guy, that was explained nicely. He's just,
yeah.
He's just found this random shit and has just built all these tunnels.
To try and he saw what happened with the flux, so he built shelters.
Yeah.
And considering the way he was played throughout as this angry, desperate man.
My favourite line of his was, "A ship at sea." And he just kept turning up randomly, and now we know why.
He does. The actor reminds me a lot of Rhys Shearsmith. I know it isn't Rhys Shearsmith.
Yeah,
but it does. He does remind me a lot of him, especially when he's doing the nasty stuff. That's pure Rhys Shearsmith. That's. But I think we've had one hell of a treat this year. And if Ian Levine hasn't watched it, well, more fucking fool him.
Ambassador, with these Doctor Who flux, you are really spoiling us.
Yep. I wonder if there'll be a second series
of Doctor Who flux.
Yeah. Because you know what's coming up next, don't you? Doctor Who and the Eve of the Daleks.
Well, can I actually, on the topic of Daleks?
Oh, by the way, yes. No. You've reminded me. Thank you.
Right.
Uh-oh. Run.
Head spinning. Was
yes.
The neck as well, or not?
Not in this one, I don't think.
Yes. Okay. That was a cock up then.
We had proper Daleks in this one, not CGI mockery.
Yeah. I like what they've done to the plunger.
Yeah, and also the Dalek saucers were a different design.
Yep. So were the cyber ships are the new design anyway.
Yeah. We hadn't. The cyber ships were just kind of utilitarian and boring, which is what you'd expect cyber ships to be.
They look kind of Space 1999.
They looked a bit freighterish, didn't they? Sort of.
Yeah.
I know which freighter you're talking about. Freighter go boom, dinosaurs go bye-bye, Adric go wee, splat.
The
freighter.
The bit that really lost me in that episode for a little while was with the and forgive me, I can't remember their names.
That's right.
The pregnant lady and the guy.
Vinda and Bell.
They were and the woman with one arm. Yeah, the woman one, and they were kind of they were inside passengers, were they?
Yes.
Yes.
Bell wasn't. Oh no, Bell was in the end.
When did that happen?
Well, Passenger got Dan's girlfriend in the first episode.
Yes.
Vinder was the episode previous.
Yeah, and Bell chucked herself.
Bell never went in Passenger.
Yeah, I was just that was the only bit that lost me a little bit for a couple of minutes.
Interesting idea, Passenger, and the planet they leave him on. Oh my God, it's where Sutekh has trodden, basically. It's yeah, I'm very happy with that. I've got to admit, there are little faults here and there, but there always are little faults. They just haven't. I mean, the wheels haven't come off here. they've stayed on and kept spinning. And fair dues. Fair dues. Well done, Chibnall and Co. and everyone. Because that was a hell of a ride, to be honest with you. Hell of a ride. Right then. It's show and tell time. We're not doing Big Finish this week, as I've explained. We're putting him back a week. So, first of all, Dr. Sinister, pictured here, discovered a vast amount of character options toys yesterday. Just not the one we were hoping for as well. But
No. So I
Yes.
went to visit some rails in I guess what I could call my hometown of Gosport.
hang on a second, Rels? So you're now saying that it's not a measurement of time or distance?
No,
It's a location.
we will evacuate in 40 uncles. So yeah, I went to my hometown, or where my family.
Well, here, let's give the spoiler-free warning now.
Oh, thank you. That means I've got to do work, Brian.
I'm sorry.
Fuzzin'. Rosin. What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. Ow. I have had an explosion of Pertwees.
Oh, that sounds
It
painful.
was. I was looking for trying to get
They have ointments for that now.
a particular custom Pertwee I had done for a photo last night, but I found all the other variants, just not the variant I was after.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah, go for it. Talk us through them then.
So yes, I was visiting some rails, and there I thought to myself, is there a B&M store nearby?
Good thinking.
There are two in the town I live. One of them is fairly small. One of them is not much bigger. I found a warehouse-sized one. It was massive. Now, they had every single set of the new releases of B&M, apart from one, which was the Doctor and the TARDIS from An Unearthly Child. Now, bearing in mind that normally I have to pay double the price and get these off of eBay, I was extremely pleased to find these sets. So, allow me.
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you full screen.
Okay, right. So, to start with, we have, well, what's this?
That's the Cyberman bomb.
That's the Cyberman bomb from Earthshock.
Can I make him full screen?
And we have the two robot android, Cyberman android things, and Monsieur Le Davison.
Wait.
Now, he's got some... He's
Muck on him.
He's a bit filthy.
I can't remember if he got a bit filthy in Earthshock.
Well, it's possible. They were hiding behind rocks.
Oh, I got a question to ask you afterwards. Okay.
Oh, there are two of these.
Yeah, as we know, there is a slight problem.
Yeah. Now, they should be different sizes. There should be one slightly smaller than the other because one is male and one is female.
Yep.
Now, they come equipped with the hands with the kind of weapons in.
It turns
but,
into goo.
They actually come with spare hands. So you can replace the hands. One set of hand for each.
I wonder if he's got an evil hand.
So no, they're just basically
Evil
that hand. But yeah, they're quite nice. What's the problem you were going to just say?
No, wrong set. Wrong set for me to talk about.
So
And it wasn't a problem.
shiny kind of front.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they reused that mold, but not completely.
Ironically, though.
The other set involves this guy, who is,
The Raston Warrior Robot.
and the back of his head is different to the back of this head. So they haven't just recolored him; they have actually.
Remolded.
You can see there's like a different molded piece,
Yeah.
which there isn't on here. Anyway, so he comes with he's doing the kind of thing where he's firing the spear from his arm.
Yep. Not a Vulcan salute then.
No. And yeah, he's very kind of.
And if you just throw him over your shoulder, realistic movement action.
Yeah.
Christian has just put a paragraph in chat. I'm going to quickly go through for you. I'm going to see reviews saying it was too rushed and casual viewers won't like it. My view, it's a reputable, viewable series with enough to keep the casual viewer entertained, but raises questions to keep people talking, questioning, etc. Have I liked everything? No, but I've liked the ambition of it. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yep. Good grief.
Right.
Great
so
balls of fire.
the Five Doctors Raston set comes with a twerpy.
Oh, the trouble with the cape is it just looks too cheap. It looks, they haven't, it's not the cloth isn't detailed enough.
It's removable.
Yep.
His hand is crying out for a sonic screwdriver.
Yes, it is.
Yep, yes it is.
He doesn't get one with it.
No.
And the other figure that
You
comes
should
with that,
make a note with that the actual, the sculpt of the neck is now an open shirt Pertwee, which is a first apparently. That's supposed to be open shirt or frilly something. You know what I mean.
the other
So they
figure
can
that
be
comes
used
with
for thingy.
a sonic leader.
That's the question I was going to ask you. Did you get the set with the cyber leader or two troopers? So you obviously got one trooper and the cyber leader.
There's only 3 figures in the set.
Well, in that case, there's variants. You can either have the cyber leader or you can have the cyber ordinary blokey.
Had I known that, I would have looked for another set.
A bit of a waste of money.
Why?
Well, you've already got 80s Cybermen.
I have got 80s Cybermen, but you can never have too many troopers.
He's making his own Cyber Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway,
I don't have an 80s Cyberman figure.
got a nice glass
Why not?
jaw.
Which,
So-
let's face facts, is... yeah, actually, that is correct. It's actually got a little bit of the microphone box sticking down here.
Not quite.
So I was getting mixed up I keep getting mixed up with the 5 Doctors in Earthshock because you showed us the Pertwee. Sorry.
So, anyway,
Going up there, young man.
And I was very excited to find these in the wild. There were 2 sets.
Daleks!
There were 2 sets of these left.
Yep.
So this is from Evil of the Daleks.
Yep. Your bog standard Dalek drone and
Yep.
an Emperor's Guard variant.
Correct. Which I already have these figures, but
Yeah.
whatever. You know.
I may have to get rid of at least one of my Emperor's Guards variants.
Why?
I haven't got the room. I'll tell you about it once you've finished.
The difference is, though, that the previous model had transparent lights, and this one's got transparent yellow lights.
I
So
see, huh?
slightly different. So also my other one is covered in dust, and this one isn't. So, you know.
Everyone wins.
But
No
And
dusting needed, and we
there
still have a Dalek.
there were 2 sets of these left, and I bought both of them. One of them is for someone else.
Which reminds me, I was sitting outside the cafe today, and it suddenly dawned on me just what a huge task the project would be.
Put it this way, the other set being for someone else means that between us, we now have sufficient Daleks to do the
project.
Right.
I think it's possibly an undertaking too far, but we'll see. Because
Now-
you've got to sit down, we've got to time it, we've got to do storyboards.
There's 2 things here. Before I show you these, there is a feature on these models.
Yes.
Is both a benefit
Yes.
and also a little bit of a disappointment.
Okay.
Spyrodon Daleks
Yes.
from Planet of the Daleks.
Yep. With the well, we're just going to do some eye stalks.
Yeah, so basically, the eye stalk has discs that are all the same size. Now, the feature, which is different to the Day of the Daleks version of this,
Yes.
is
And it's the first.
No.
Yes.
now.
Okay.
I like this. However,
It does lead to that in the back.
yes, I'm sure there was a better way of doing it.
I honestly am not. Especially for the price. But, I mean, what the hell? What the hell? They're still lovely.
They both do it. They both.
Jewels. Yeah. Which is great, because you can repaint one of them as an Emperor's Guard from Evil of the Daleks with the lid open.
Yeah. So,
God, they look good, Andrew. They look good.
very, very, very pleased to find. This is the first time in a long time I've found B&M Daleks in the wild and been able to buy them without having to go pay through the nose on eBay. Now, they had loads of the other sets left. I would say they probably had fewer of the which one was it? The androids, the black androids.
Interesting.
But they still had lots of them.
Okay.
So
Gospel,
for the
stand
first
by.
time in a long time, I've paid normal price for these sets.
So there you go. So you can overlook the hinge.
Yeah, and I've got plenty of other Daleks, including one of these colours without that hinge. So, you know.
Exactly. I've realised I'm going to end up with 4 of those. Now, this brings me on to what I was going to say. I'm having to do a major rearrangement of my shelves, or rearrange my cabinet.
Right.
Because after receiving the Daleks from you, and which will be around Christmas time somewhere, as it is, I am struggling with space on my Dalek shelf. There's also police boxes up there. You can see the mantelpiece behind me. You won't see any police boxes there. Normally it's laden with police boxes when we do this. However, they have been called into duty. But I also bought something else, which was my birthday and Christmas present. See a Hartnell TARDIS set, Christian. Get it for us, and I'll PayPal you. Yes.
I need 2.
With this addition to the range, and also if I do manage to get my hands on the Hartnell box, how do I put this? I don't know where I'm going to put it all. I need to. Good evening, 3 Daleks. First time chat from a viewer. Say hello to him. 3 Daleks. That's always nice to see someone new. So yes, I suppose we better play the quiz. Leading on from that.
So what Daleks do you need to get rid of?
I'm probably going to get rid of an Emperor's Guard. Possibly a Genesis Dalek.
On it.
That's probably about it. Thing is, I've given Thomas a few Daleks and police boxes over the years. Right then. We don't have a jingle for this.
Right.
So join in at home. Okay, it's quiz time. Quiz time.
It's a quiz. It's quiz. It's quiz.
That's got punch.
Taken care of.
Okay. Righto. We are going to play. Hang on, let me do this. We are going to play Police Box or TARDIS. I expect you both to do very well at this, actually.
Right.
because
Right, but I've often failed the CAPTCHA things to prove that I am not a robot.
Fair enough. Just as well he didn't have that on the Death Star. Anyway, right, so we'll start off with... Okay. Keyring, TARDIS, or police box?
TARDIS.
TARDIS.
Can you be more specific?
Matt Smith.
Blue TARDIS.
Sinister? You're wrong.
Tennant.
Tennant Eccleston, yeah. So, Yabu sucks. Next. Now then. Police box or TARDIS?
Police box.
TARDIS.
Sinister's right, but whose? Two doctors had this design.
Matt Smith.
Either Smithy or Capaldi. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. This is where it starts to get a bit tricky for me. By the way, in this, there's also... there are two wild cards where they might be neither.
Neither.
Oh, really?
Neither.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
TARDIS or police box?
Well, put it in the camera.
Yeah.
Police box.
That way.
Turn it.
Which way?
Don't mind. TARDIS.
Okay, specifically?
It's the Brachaki First Doctor TARDIS.
No.
Oh.
No, this is the Yardley Smith or Yardley Jones model. This is the Kaiser Androzani model, police box.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be right eventually.
There's one I'll be very surprised if you get wrong. Okay. TARDIS or police box?
TARDIS. Pertwee. Or Baker, Tom Baker. Late Pertwee.
It's neither.
Oh.
This is the Troughton box from Character Options, which is essentially the Newbury box with a larger light on it. It's not accurate at all. So, still nice though.
I should know all these. I've probably got most of these.
All right. Okay. Next up. TARDIS or police box? Shut the door.
Is that the one you had painted?
I haven't had actually, I have had one painted, but no, this isn't it.
TARDIS.
Yeah.
That's a twerpy one.
Yes. Yes, it is. It's N. Troughton early first Pertwees. Yep. Spot on that, and that's a custom job from Richard Young. All right, next up. Two more after this, don't worry. TARDIS or police box?
Didn't we just do that?
Nope.
TARDIS.
Brian?
Huh?
E, none of the above.
That's a Hartnell.
Okay. It's actually a neither. It's Character Options' first attempt at the Hartnell box. And I think, even though they used the Yardley Smith and Jones box for it, with the colourings they put on here, it still looks really good. Yeah? It really does. I mean, compare this one to the one that's just been released, which is the Hartnell box. Well, as near as they can get it. All right, next up. TARDIS or police box?
Well, TARDIS, Eccleston, obviously.
That's why we are on Zoom tonight. Where are we? I need the door. Sorry, OCD is saying I've got to have the door. All right, then. Final one. TARDIS or police box?
Box.
Brian?
I've been sticking with police box for everything, so I figure law of averages. Fuck it.
This
The trench police box.
is a scale model of a Mark II Mackenzie Trench police box, as you say, London Metropolitan. I received it a couple of days ago from Richard Young, same guy I did my poetry box, Troughton poetry box.
And if I am ever showrunner of Doctor Who, that is what the TARDIS will look like.
Yes, I'm exactly the same on that. I'm sorry, but it's okay. Though part of me is tempted to not do it properly, but just to keep the joke going. I mean, 58 years and she's never looked like this once.
And made of concrete.
The size difference is interesting. If I put this...
They've never been big enough.
Right, this is the police box. Like I say, these are to scale. All right, they're to the same scale. This is the Eccleston box next to it.
Yeah. Too fat.
And not tall enough. This is the Yardley Smith next to it.
Close but no cigar.
Yeah, they did try to base it on the proper police box and then simplified it, I think. And again, like you said, Andrew, made it smaller. And then the Boccacci box was one of its incarnations. Like I say, this was also made for me by Richard Young. Again, look at the size difference between a proper police box.
The roof has never looked right on that one.
It's just... This is a thing of wonder and a thing of beauty, and I didn't realise how much I wanted it until I had it. This has filled a police box-shaped hole in my life, which I didn't know I had. There's something about a proper police box as opposed to the TARDIS.
I don't suppose the windows open inwards, do they?
No. However, the door does.
As it should.
No, it shouldn't. It's a police box.
Oh, yeah. It's pull to open, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's do that as well.
Push. Pull, not push.
We can do both.
Pull, not... Ah, excellent. Well, it makes sense it would be a pull, actually, because there's hardly bloody room inside the thing anyway.
But if I'd have had the money, I'd have asked him to spark up some lights inside it. This has been going down... Pictures of this box have been going down a treat on Twitter and whatever. Hey! Stop being a bully.
You know what? Next week we're gonna have to play knockoff or not.
Yes, please do.
Oh, now that sounds fun. Can we have Space Policeman on his motorbike?
Oh,
which was Darth Vader.
We could do a Space 1999 Eagle quiz because I've got 26 of the buggers.
I was thinking Transformers. You guys can answer those questions, right?
Yes.
No. But
Yes.
the thing is, Brian, I'm not a fan of Transformers. You are a fan of Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got more of an excuse. Oh, thank you very much, Tiny Popmax123, who has joined us and has a little zombie. It's actually
no.
a Khalid. It's a Khalid mutant who's going out scavenging in the wastelands. Yeah.
About there.
So that was TARDIS or Police Box.
It was a quiz. It was a
quiz.
quiz. It was a quiz. That was a quiz. It was a quiz.
All this is just to take the place
was
of
a
Big Finish, to give us an extra week to listen to Big Finish. Plus, I was going to show that Police Box model off one way or the other. And considering how much it cost me, it deserves it. Let's put it this way. Andrew, I'm pretty sure this is quite a bit more pricier than your what's it? Your etheric beam locator, even though it does detect ion transmissions.
Have I showed the etheric beam locator on this?
Yes, you have.
You've not shown the etheric beam locator.
He has.
don't think I have on this show.
Oh,
Not on the show.
You can if you like. I'm
You've
more than
posted
happy to.
pictures, but you haven't shown it.
One of my cats has been for a poo.
Nice.
No. just not nice.
Hasn't that been banned by the Geneva Convention yet?
What, cat poo?
No, gassing your owner.
Oh. Right. Yeah, well, Sinister. Go fetch your etheric beam locator.
All right then.
Now, this was an amazing find. Fair dues. How Andrew tracked this down? Well, it's not exact. The base should be round, but in this one it isn't. But how Andrew tracked this down amazes me.
The beam locator, as used in Genesis of the Daleks and Planet of Evil, was a real piece of scientific equipment. And this one it's made by the same company. It's very, very similar. It's the closest I could get. Now, the actual etheric beam locator is completely round on these fins. It's not cut off at the top. And it has a round mounting plate. But that is my etheric beam locator.
Fair enough.
That I got.
Excellent.
That I got from the States on eBay.
Do you mind us asking how much?
You may ask.
Okay. Yeah, I think the police box was possibly a little bit more, but I don't begrudge it because there's all the 3D printing involved, which I don't know anything about 3D printings, but I guess the materials are pretty pricey at the moment. And then it's taking the various pieces, sanding them down, giving them an undercoat and this, that, and the other, and then slowly putting it together and then doing the final coat and the weathering. And
the thing is,
there's man hours involved there, so I don't begrudge the price.
We're detecting ion-charged emissions.
I got a police box. The thing is, the one thing that struck me,
I got a jet
is
robot.
I need
Real or knockoff?
I badly need a 1960s in-scale policeman.
What do you think it is?
Real. Is that Jetfire or somebody like that?
Starscream.
Oh, that was close.
Real.
Real.
Real with add-on parts.
You know-
Shoulder. Yeah.
You know, I saw yesterday, parked in someone's driveway, immaculate it was, a proper 1970s police panda car. Beautiful.
Nice.
Little Austin 1100 or 1300. That was
Beautiful.
my very first car, that.
It was gleaming.
Wow. That's from Planet of the Spiders, in case anybody's interested. Yeah.
Legs.
So that was... Yeah, I use that as an excuse to show off my... The trouble is, I've got to try and find somewhere in the house where I can put it, where I can just constantly see it.
Is that the one that turns into a pistol?
They had to stop that because, oh God, the children. Oh no, the children.
So they'd rather give the children real guns.
So now he changes into a tank. But yes.
Oh, so, okay. I was kind of almost right-ish.
Now, here's the question. Real or knockoff?
Knockoff.
Siobhan?
Knockoff.
Correct. Knockoff. He's an oversized KO.
Okay.
KO is the knockoff and oversized is...
By the way, Brian, if you get a Jiffy bag in the post, that's your Christmas present from me.
A whole Jiffy bag, this is.
A whole Jiffy
yes,
bag?
Yes.
Really push the boat out.
Knocking things over here. There we go. Here, I'll go with this.
What I need is a big magnifying glass now so I can look at it like Nida.
Yeah. There we go.
Ooh.
That's real.
Is he a Decepticon?
Yeah, I'm closest to my Decepticon shelf.
Right.
I would have to get up for my Autobot shelf.
Lazy.
That's real.
Yeah, I say real.
Yeah. Titan Returns, Sky Shadow.
Fair enough.
Of course. I knew
You
it.
can tell because he has the little Decepticon logo.
Well, and he's a plane.
He's actually a plane and a tank.
Wow.
I don't know. All this sex and violence on TV.
He's also
I see what you did there.
Thank you very much.
Headmaster.
It was worth a try, but it's just gone completely past him.
Mm.
No, it hasn't. I'm just ignoring it.
Okay. Doomwatch. The last episode, extant episode of Doomwatch, which was banned, I think. Shit, I looked this up and now I can't remember. Yes, I think it wasn't shown. Sex and Violence, where essentially you've got a Mary Whitehouse character, played by June Brown, good old Doc Cotton, looking younger than she did in 1963 in Totter's Lane. That's all I'm saying. Going around speaking to women about all this sex and violence. It's terrible, the moral society and this, that and the other. And Doomwatch is asked to look into this. And Chris is basically saying, but we can't. It's not a scientific thing. It's just how people think and feel in that respect. You know, there's nothing solid to grab hold of. Though his missus, who's a psychiatrist, got attacked by some of these women. And she went to speak to one of them to find out the causes behind it. Now, I can't talk for Brian on this one. But for me, I really enjoyed this simply because it did remind me of all those old battles in the 70s. Yeah, it's. I enjoyed it as the last episode. Fair dues, it was good. I enjoyed it. There you go. Right? Thank God it's over.
It brought up an interesting question for me.
Okay.
That it's an old one, and it's actually quite terrifying. Religious extremist goes to an atheist. Well, my religion tells me not to do murder, rape, all these other terrible things, or else I won't get into heaven. Which is a horrifying prospect, because without religion, would they be murdering and raping and killing people and all these other horrible things? Because if the promise of heaven is the only thing keeping them in line, what kind of a fucking monster are they?
Yep. It's like, you know, Penn and Teller?
Yes.
Which is the one that speaks?
Penn.
Right. He said something like, he made this exact point and said, oh, you know, religious people say, oh, but without the threat of hell, you could rape all you want. And he says, I do rape all I want. And the amount of rape I want to do is none.
Zero. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of a fucking monster is that? I mean, that's the only thing keeping them in line. So, on to Doomwatch.
Is it though?
Basically, they're saying people are horrible, horrible.
Hang on. Is it though the only thing keeping them? Because people have a sense of decency, an innate sense of decency. Most people do.
I'm a devout atheist, and I don't go around murdering or raping or fucking people over because I like to be treated the way I treat other people.
Quite right too. That's how it should be. Quite frankly.
If the rules are the promise of, you know, heaven or the terror of hell is the only thing keeping you in check.
Well done to all those people who wrote those books all those years ago.
Yeah. What the hell? So, Doomwatch. Sex and violence. What kind of a bullshit story was this?
It was very, very on the pulse at its time. Because
Mary Whitehouse. I remember Tipper Gore in the Mothers Against Metal and all that stuff back in the 80s.
We had Mary Whitehouse and the National Viewers and Listeners Association. And they did score some palpable hits, especially on Doctor Who in the 70s, which was a constant target for them.
She got Doctor Who raised as a topic in the Houses of Parliament, if I recall.
Yep. She was another one of these busybody women who thought they knew best for everybody. Occasionally, she made a good point, but not very often.
I bet you $1 million that Mary Whitehouse was a fucking hypocrite and was probably into bondage and all sorts of shit. There, I've said it.
Yeah, no, I'm.
Do you have $1 million?
It's not my $1 million. I'm betting.
Oh, whose?
Yours.
Oh, I've got some bad news for you.
So we had something similar like that happen over here with the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
Warning labels.
John is a goat.
Former
John is a goat.
presidential hopeful Al Gore, his wife Tipper Gore, was trying to get
I'm sorry, Tipper Gore.
Tipper Gore. Yeah,
that's amazing.
Her and they went all the way up to Congress and everything, and they had Dee Snider come in. Now, Dee Snider is.
Are we talking about the Snyder or just a Snyder?
A green sort of gooey mess by the end, Snyder.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
It was...
Sorry, go on.
Well, Dee Snider is the frontman for a band called Twisted Sister.
Ah, I know this object.
Yes. And he went before Congress. And he
couldn't use the
obliterated them.
He couldn't use the gents. And was his piss stream that strong?
He obliterated all the argument. So, yeah, I don't.
What got me was it didn't come to a conclusion. It didn't come down one way or the other on this. If you're going to draw anything from it, it's just be tolerant rather than. Yeah, the reason it didn't get shown was that it included footage. I think it might have been of Rwanda. I can't remember. Of, as you saw, people being shot and killed. That's why it wasn't shown. Considering that footage had been shown in a news report the previous year, you would have thought people would have, I hate to say it, but got used to it. But no, the program got pulled. So ironic, isn't it?
Huh?
Ironic, isn't it?
No, just sad. I just feel this entire. Did you notice who they had pushing for the conservative agenda?
Oh, yeah. A posh twat.
A posh twat. Old people.
Yeah.
And people who really weren't in it. That were so easily led that they'd commit violence for it.
Yep. Things haven't changed.
Nope.
50 years later, things haven't changed.
Political opportunist. I love that phrase in it.
I'm afraid as long as humans continue to be humans, we're going to have shit like that. Unfortunately. Right. Okay.
I've
that's enough
linked
of this.
the Dee Snider testimony to Congress in our chat for you.
Okay. That's
it's available on YouTube.
That sounds like extra work, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
We're not going to do extra work. We're going to do Blake 7 instead. Avon's got a crazy plan. They're going to hug an asteroid. Unfortunately, they get it wrong, and Scorpio gets hit, and their main drive's fucked. And so they've got to go and try and find a new proper source of propulsion. They track down someone called Dr. Plaxton, who was a Federation scientist, and then decided to go solo, and the only people who would fund her were the Space Rats, who are a comic, whether intentionally or so, I don't know, representation of Space Hell's Angels.
No, those are not Hell's Angels.
No, I know, they're Space Hell's Angels.
No, there's space. Those mutants from Mad Max.
Okay,
The Road
I'll give you
Warrior.
that. I'll give you that. But I'm thinking what they were
Yeah.
trying to say at the time,
They're punkers. They weren't
it's-
motorcycle.
but they were all about speed.
I mean, back in Doomwatch, you had Chris from the Tomorrow People
Yeah.
in it, and it's not the same. It's just
I don't know what you mean, Brian.
they're not bikers.
Okay. I think they were the BBC's attempt at that.
Probably
Yeah. That's what I was saying all along.
they were being run by the same people that were in charge of censoring the music.
No,
BBC.
I don't think so. Different department.
No, Out of Touch.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. No. I do see what you mean. So they go and see these space rats, one of whom is called Bomber. That my friend Simon Dodkins, back when we were young, liked so much he used as his CB handle name. He was Bomber, I was Monument, and our friend Sean was Bollard Basher. So, God, those are days. This is all right. Villa pulls a fast one, very clever little fast one, quite frankly, to save his own skin. I have to ask, especially considering the ending, how's Avon's mental health?
What's Avon's mental health? There is no mental health. I mean, he basically threw that lady out the airlock, told her, fix the engine. Okay, and now we're leaving. Oh, wait, by the way, you're going to die out there.
It's not like that's ever going to happen again. What do you think of it?
Sorry, what was that?
What do you think of it? I'm asking Brian for his thoughts.
I thought it was more of a filler episode. I mean, okay, great. Avon's trying to rebuild the Liberator.
Essentially,
He's never going to get a ship as good as that.
No. Doesn't
Standard
have
by
the
12
defenses
speed. It's not bad.
in real time.
But yeah, he's never going to get the ship back. He's trying way too hard.
Yeah, I
He's
totally
holding on
agree
way
with you.
too tight.
Yep.
And it just seems he doesn't give a shit anymore.
Sin?
Avon is acting very strangely in this whole series. I don't know. Well, Paul Darrow implied it was deliberate, but there seems to be a lot of overacting going on his part.
To be honest with you, we've noticed a little bit of overacting going on in every
Lots-
episode, not just from him.
Lots
Yeah.
of sort of weird facial expressions and he's almost developing like a 1,000-yard stare as well. He's kind of staring off into the distance at nothing in particular.
Oh, I do that outside the cafe.
He basically, you're right, he is trying to replicate the capabilities of the Liberator. They've got a working teleport. They've now got a better star drive. But at the end of the day, they're on a piece of shit that hasn't even got any weapons of any kind. They've got a base. Okay, that's nice. Let's see how long that lasts. Their glory days are well and truly over. It's
Agreed.
actually behind me. I used to be a member of Horizon years and years ago, the Blake Seven Appreciation Society, right? And in one of their issues of their magazine, a fan had done an excellent map of the slice of the galaxy that Blake Seven takes place in. And, it tracks the voyages of the Liberator and the voyages of Scorpio. And I actually replicated it and I have it laminated. And it's my Blake Seven Bible. And over this, so you can imagine the spiral arms of the galaxy. Because in Star Trek terms, I guess we'd be stuck in like a quadrant of the galaxy, right? And the Liberator goes from end to end. It goes all over the place. Scorpio, its activities are limited to a tiny box on the backwater. They're not the spacefaring people they used to be. They've got a ship with very limited capabilities now, and their activities have been severely curtailed. So yeah, Avon has got these delusions of grandeur that he can, reinvent the Liberator. It's never going to happen. He's failed to get Blake back.
Yeah.
He can see the Federation is now expanding in power. As it says in this episode, the Federation's building new ships again now. They may not be quite as good as the old ones because their chief designers, not on the cards or whatever, but they are now building ships. The Federation can afford to send 2 patrols of 3 pursuit craft through the same system in the course of a week. This means that they've got saturation coverage of the systems. They must have ships to spare, and it's only going to get worse from here on in. The Federation is rebuilding massively, and Avon sees the writing on the wall, and he needs a trump card and basically he is purely out for survival at this point. He knows that their meanderings during series 3 are kind of over. They don't have the luxury of the Liberator anymore. They basically have to now fight for their very lives, and this is just another weapon in his arsenal.
Yeah, because that's almost what he does throughout this series.
Yeah,
it's whether you've got trying to get a load of allies, different warlords and whatever, to work against him. Get the tachyon funnel device from orbit, using the legend of Blake to try and inspire people. That's something you shouldn't know about. Legends grow in aftermath.
There's nothing worse than a terrorist trying to recapture his glory days.
It is a bit like that, but I think, as Sin said, this is desperation. Did we enjoy it?
Did you spot the line that I said we quoted at school the next day?
Oh, I couldn't remember. Sorry, remind me.
Well, as I said, that we watched this episode. I watched this episode when it came out, and the next day we were quoting lines at it. And there was one line in particular that we quoted at each other a lot.
Which was it?
Who's
Go on.
Oh no. What about what's her name? Who's what's her name?
Claxton.
Yeah.
No, there were 2 lines. The first one is, "This goes bang, you go splat." The second one was, "Don't need a bath, sweat regular." That's the one that we used to quote.
I bet your teachers love that. I really do.
One thing, how the fucking hell did the space rats put their helmets on when their hair was like a foot above their head?
Maybe it just came out. You saw that line there around the mohawk.
Hang on.
Maybe it just comes out around.
I'm thinking possibly that the mohawk is detachable.
Yeah.
They put the helmet on and then they click
Quite
it
possibly.
back
And
then they put the mohawk back on the helmet.
in. Yeah.
Hold on, I have an example of that.
Oh, good.
Hello, Brian's chair.
I got a police box, did I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's
So
lovely.
my son recently, this past year, took up biking again.
As in brum brum biking or cycling?
Cycling.
Right.
And
Nutter.
he's adamant about not wearing head protection.
Seriously, he's wrong there.
Being the concerned parent I am, I went out and got him an appropriate helmet.
Your
For a
your
9-year-old.
CSO is fading in and out.
For a 9-year-old.
Ah. Hang on. What's he doing now? He's doing a thing.
He's doing a thing. He's turning off his background. Give him a second.
I saw enough of it.
Are viewers happy with that? Oh, there we go. Look.
Look,
Nice.
I like yeah.
the thing.
Quite.
I made a thing.
Did Tyler wear it?
No.
You surprised
Hence why
me.
I still have the tag on it.
Ah, right. You can get your
I
money
forgot
back.
to return it.
I was going to say you can get your money back. Right then.
Couple of things about this episode.
Oh, well, we're still on this. Okay, good.
One thing that has bugged me
Yes.
since first transmission:
Yeah.
ships blow up.
Now sing an 80s song. I'm sorry, what blow up?
You know when they're
99 of the balloons.
looking at the footage to try and work out,
Yes.
you know, what caused it to blow up, and they see the space chopper.
Yeah.
And then they zoom in on the guy's helmet.
Yeah.
It's not a still image. It's so clearly moving.
Yep.
That annoyed the hell out of me,
Right.
even on transmission.
Right.
Yes.
And the second thing I'd like to ask Brian is, you know, we warned you about matte lines.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes. It's starting to come into its own now with the matte lines. I'm afraid it doesn't get much better. Brian,
Yeah.
I've got an apology for you in advance.
Oh, dear God.
I am very sorry about this. Sinister knows what's coming up.
Oh, next week.
Yeah.
Animals.
Yeah. Yeah. We're watching.
Am I going to go, what the hell did I just watch?
Yes,
You know that-
but with an added, why the fuck did I waste my life? Okay. This is not very good.
Point of note.
Yes.
Netflix
Yes.
is now showing a classic TV show from the 80s.
Right. A classic American TV show.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Knight Rider 2000.
Oh, dear God, no. Oh, dear God, no, 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 no.
No.
No. No. So, next show, we're going to, well, stir things up a little bit. We're back to our usual form. Stir things up a bit, back to the usual form. You'll see what I mean when I get round to it and my brain starts working. Listen, I'm sorry, I've got to do this. And I'm pretty sure we haven't watched it before. The Invasion of Time. Does that ring bells, Brian?
Yes.
It does? Sontarans
Yes.
invading Gallifrey?
Yes.
Okay then, we won't watch that one. We've obviously done it. Oh dear. Sontaran Experiment then. I know we haven't done that one.
Okay.
It's
Thanks,
Tom
Scott.
Baker, Series 12. All right. And you get a special in DVD game to play.
Is it spot the scenes where after Tom had broken his collarbone?
Yes, it is. See which scenes he's trying to be a little bit tentative about. Clue. It's mostly the second episode. Yes, and also play Spot Terry Walsh. I know we did that
Well,
on
of course.
Monster of Peladon. We're now doing it on the Sontaran Experiment. The only thing that bugs me is it's only 2 episodes. But there we go. We've done the Time Warrior. We've obviously done Invasion of Time. I don't do the 2 Doctors. 'Cause I can't stand the Sontarans in them. I think that's possibly because they look like a mishmash. The current ones look like a mishmash of 2 Doctors and Invasion
Have
of
we
Time.
done Pyramids
I don't
of
like-
Mars?
I was talking.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've forgotten what I was saying now.
Deflated Sontarans is what you were talking about.
Yes. I think I made my point on that.
Yes.
Yeah. What did you just say? Oh, Pyramids of Mars. No, we haven't done Pyramids of Mars yet.
We also haven't done the Hand of Fear.
No. Now, hang on. If you remember, we've mentioned this before. The fact that it's about time we started encroaching on Hinchcliffe, hence watching Planet of Evil. A couple of shows, well, more, Jesus Christ, 6 or 7 shows ago?
7.
7 shows ago. God almighty, that goes quick. I mean, I can't believe we're on 98th show. Well, I have no idea what we're going to do for the 100th. We may not do anything, quite frankly.
Let's destroy the world.
Again?
We haven't done it for a while.
Oh, yeah, I know, but there was a reason.
I'm going to do
for
the
that.
same thing I do every night.
Try to take over the world.
Try to take over the world.
Narf. Right, so Sontaran Experiment we'll be watching next week. We'll be reviewing the Big Finish set Stranded 3. It's 4 stories, but Brian, you've got time to listen to them. You've had it for
Yes.
a little bit. We are then...
So hang on. It's 4 stories, so it's on a lot of levels.
You know I can get in my car and
But
drive up
bum.
to your place, don't you? You know this. It won't
Yep.
take long. Okay.
And the dad jokes just keep on coming.
As I'm ironically saying this, a palate cleanser, and to please Brian, we're watching not V for Vendetta. I've been doing this all the time. We're looking at V the miniseries
When?
next Sunday.
Oh, right. I got to fit in all that.
Well, Sontaran Experiment is 2. You don't do the big finishers. So you got mini. I mean, how many episodes is the miniseries? How long is it? 6 hours?
It's 2 episodes,
Yeah, but how long are the episodes?
2 hours apiece.
Sorry?
Oh.
Say again?
It's about 4 hours.
Okay. That's not too bad, Sin. I mean, we can manage that. And Animals, like we said, for the Blake 7. And then, after V for... It's not, see, I'm doing it all the time. After V, the miniseries, we'll be watching Star Cops, which I've never seen. And Sinister loves
I have
it.
no idea where I'm going to see this.
Yes, Sinister. We have to work out how Brian's going to see this. Yeah, Mark Singer in full effect. I don't know what that means. That's all I'm saying.
You will.
Okay.
Oh, you will.
If we can't sort out Star Cops for Brian, there's a couple of other options that we're up to. We can do the early 1970s version of Star Cops,
Moonbase 3.
Moonbase 3, which I have. And I am, if we manage to sort the Star Cops thing out, I am going to throw in an episode of Moonbase 3 just to compare and contrast.
Afterwards, though.
Yeah. Yep. That's like I was saying, the Cult of Doom watch that, watch that afterwards. Might give a bit more context or whatever. But
The only thing I would warn Brian about Star Cops is the opening theme tune is not what you would expect.
that's fair.
Okay.
You know the opening theme tune to Enterprise?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yep. Except this is, isn't it the
I
guy,
hated that damn song.
guy from the Moody Blues, Justin Hayward?
Hayward.
Just same guy who played the
And
spoken
also-
voice of the spoken words of the narrator in Eve of the Will. My
Forever
words are completely
Did the
gone.
song Forever Autumn.
Yes, sang Forever Autumn, which is a beautiful song.
And also the name of the series, Star Cops, makes it sound a bit cheesy.
It does.
It was created by Chris Boucher.
I know who Chris Boucher is, but does Brian?
Not know that name, Brian, but Chris Boucher he was script editor on Blake 7.
Try and show enthusiasm, Bri.
Yay.
He wrote Robots of Death, I believe, as well, I think.
Face
cool.
of Evil, Robots of Death, and Image of the Vandal.
Yeah. Excellent writer. So I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
So yeah, things are changing on here around about the Christmas time. We've not got that many Blake. We're about halfway through the series on Blake 7, and after that we'll be looking at the Nightmare Man, And Cat, get off there.
Now you want to do both episodes of V for next week.
Do one.
All right, so it just gives me something more to watch. Because yeah, it's so difficult not binging Blake 7. You know, I'm having to restrain myself one week to the next. It's yeah. The trouble is, I sit here and I struggle for things to occupy my mind. Probably explains a great deal, to be honest with you. There's an awful lot of YouTube viewing, and I'm hating the advert barrages now in full effect.
I don't have that problem with YouTube.
Have you paid?
I for some years now I've paid for YouTube Prime. Yes, I'm the person that pays for YouTube Prime.
Wow.
You're the only person.
I am, but I hate adverts. I am willing to pay to avoid them.
That's it, $9.99 a month or something.
I think it's
15.
$15.99 a month.
Oh, it can go fuck itself.
Exactly.
I'm not going to give in. I am not going to give in. I refuse to give in.
I have ad blockers.
But then what happens is you watch a video and then they just talk about their sponsors for 5 minutes and it's still the same thing. So
I don't get much of that. Simon Whistler's stuff, yes. He's always sponsored by somebody.
Today's episode was sponsored by Skillshare.
Yes.
NordVPN.
Nord. Oh, that's a popular one.
Yeah.
What's the video game?
World of Tanks.
There's World of Tanks, and then there's that fantasy game.
Not New World.
No.
That fantasy game. You may have to narrow things down a little bit there.
Not really. Not really. It's pretty generic.
Effort there. Lots of effort.
And then there's Squaresoft.
Yes. Sorry, are we giving shout-outs to all these people for no reason whatsoever?
Because they're... No, we're giving shout-outs in the worst way, though.
Enter the code Flashing Blade and receive absolutely fuck all.
Mm-hmm. Enter the code Flashing Blade and fuck off.
Basically, write Flashing Blade down on a piece of paper, put it through the doors of the Hartnell TARDIS you've just got, wrap it up, and send it to me. Care of here, London W12 8QT. That's our new currency. The new Hartnell police box. Though, if I'm honest with you, I could almost live without it. Almost. Sorry, she's just sat up there. This big, huge... But I just can't believe the difference in size between the real thing and the TARDIS. Said. Oh, well done. Yeah. It's Ty.
I have you now.
I have you now.
Yeah. Show eyes. Show eyes. There we go.
I have a dog sleeping behind me.
I don't like Darth Vader. I find his lack of face disturbing. Thank you. Thank you. That's my Star Wars joke.
Bump.
Thank you. Yes.
Darth went into a record store asking for a George Michael album. He found their lack of faith disturbing.
Christian, yes. Previously, we were Spiridon Daleks for currency. I
mean...
I'd like to say we made a fortune, but we didn't. We got the fuck all.
I mean, I will take old, outmoded currency forms if I have to.
It's only right and proper. I mean, if people have got Spiridon Daleks left over, just send them to us anyway.
Yeah, but I also will accept...
I mean, if they also want to send us money, Bitcoin...
No, we're not into that.
Playmobil Enterprise models.
Still after that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, when are we starting the build on the AT-AT?
I don't know, because I've got people coming over next weekend, and I don't know.
I've got to come over before Christmas.
I still need your addresses.
The thing is, I'm omnipotent and I'm everywhere.
I believe that's known as wind. But yeah, my back's not good. The yeah, I've got to come over and see you before Christmas. I've got to work out how to get you your present. I've got to find
I'm
your
trying
present.
to work out how to get both of you your presents.
Yeah, well,
Well, not only that, but what your presents are going to be.
fair enough. I mean, I could go down the... If they're around, if we've got them locally, I could go and get Sinister some more Spiridon Daleks, but I don't know if he wants any more.
Well, that would be silly because I bought some for you.
So let's not exchange presents.
Oh, I have a new thing coming Tuesday.
Oh, good. What happened
Just
to the
saw
old
this
thing?
ad. You recall my addiction to Mythic Meats?
Shit, yes. I miss Eddie. I miss Eddie a lot. Go on.
Yeah. These this is a venison pack.
Interesting.
It's an 8-pack.
Oh, dear.
Guess what their names are?
Yeah, I can guess. And
Dash of
if only you had a child, you go, and here's Rudolph for you, with a tomato on the top as his nose.
All I have to do is say, the night Santa went crazy. The
Yeah,
night Kris Kringle went nuts.
he broke bad. Oh, dear. If you find a Hartnell box, Christian, let me know. I'll PayPal you the money. Like I say, that's it now. I can't see any of the other sets interesting me that much as things stand. Certainly the Dalek ones. I don't like the Destiny of the Daleks. Genesis of the Daleks, I've got the Davros from that. I've got plenty of Genesis drones. And I don't like the 80s Daleks. So I'm sort of sorted there, quite frankly. It's only if I should imagine it's only if they bring out something very special indeed that I will start buying.
How about the Daleks from the McGann movie?
It's a copyright problem with that.
The ones that sounded like Smurfs.
That's the copyright problem. Oh dear. Oh, yes, better explain, by the way. Two Fan Dinosaurs next Friday, 9 p.m. We're doing episode 2 of Revelation of the Daleks. Why am I saying I better explain? Because if you look at episode 1, it was our second attempt to record episode 1.
And it nearly became episode 2.
Yeah, because BritBox had gone forward an episode and I started watching episode 2. And so we had to stop and just start all over again. We're cursed on this one. I swear we're cursed on it. It's oh, thank you very well, Malware Bites. That's great timing. Cheers, dude.
Every Sunday night.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, that's consistency, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Not at all worrying.
We got the RPG Saturday.
Oh yes, we've got the RPG on Saturday night, which we are going to stream because the Foundry thing really works. Hopefully we'll have the two boys next week as well.
Okay. For the RPG for after this weekend, we're going to have some discussions.
Okay.
After this weekend, if we do our normal 2-week jump, that would put us on Christmas Day.
Oh, right. So nothing important then.
Right. And New Year's Day.
Well, I'm doing nothing on either day. They're both normal days for me, so I'm fine.
We may just do the 18th and pick up on the 8th. I don't
say
know.
Normal days. The cafe will be shut, which will piss me off.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I'll just spend a day in. That was a good awkward pause. Nicely done. nicely awkward pause. Right, we might as well go away. We've been going for an hour and 50 minutes, which has surprised me, if I'm honest with you. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's say Friday, 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. We've got the commentary for Two Fan Dinosaurs. Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern is the RPG, and then next Sunday, Flash and Blade, usual time. I had to do time maths on the go on a Sunday evening. That was difficult.
Poor thing.
It was difficult, but as I'm
Are
from
you okay?
the home of time...
Do you need a safe place?
No. I got my safe place. It's the big blue box just there. You know,
if I
at some stage in my life, doesn't matter how fucking old I am going to buy a proper police box. The only problem will be that it won't be made out of concrete.
Fortunately, your fence is fixed. Yes,
well, I'm going to have a platform put in. That seems to be happening. A bit scary. But with luck, next summer, rather than last summer, as I was hoping, next summer I'll be able to sit out in my garden. That'll be nice.
All you need then is a big blue police box.
No, well, I don't think there'd be room. Plus, I'm still not sure whether I'm going to move from here or not. I don't know. Trouble is, the clock's ticking. I'm getting older. And I'm wondering, is it worth doing anything like that? You know? Getting a little retirement place. I don't know. Plus, I don't really want to... Much as I don't like Crawley, I don't want to leave Crawley, because I know too many people. Same with Broadfield. But with luck, it's not going to be for a long time yet. So, there we go. So, I think we're done. Are we done? What are you doing next week, Brian?
Nothing. No.
Nothing at all?
No. I'm fairly boring.
Are you working?
I'm working.
That's something.
I've already planned out the RPG for next Saturday.
All right.
You say that now.
Good luck with that then. Oh, it's the kitten and the coronavirus. Such a tasteful toy.
Don't give Corona to your kitten.
Such a tasteful toy, considering how many people have died.
The home of bad taste.
You're quite right, too. Dr. Sinister, what are you doing this week? Anything interesting? Like, I don't know, popping up to Crawley for tea? That's what's known in the trade as a subtle hint.
I haven't rolled it out.
Okay.
I might.
Like I said, we've got to work out when I'm coming up for, around Christmas time. I may just have to give you one family present, or a family present and something for you, if that makes sense.
I don't want nothing.
Now you shut up. Everybody says that. Everybody says that, but secretly, there's always something. And it's, yeah. So, next week then. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you for all the comments in chat. We'll be going. Say goodbye then, kiddies.
Goodbye then, kiddies.
Goodbye then, kiddies.
Talking of goats.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.
Guys, I'm going to leave a little space here for you to come up with your own joke about John Levine. Wow. There's a goat coming up, by the way. Just saying. Bye-bye.